everybody, and to my students at home, we went on raz-plus.com, okay? And we entered in the teacher user, which is ncole17, and your password should be the one that you have at school to get in. Usually it's 4 numbers, okay? When you get there, you scroll down to the bottom. There is a purple square that says reading assignments. You click on that, and then I have assigned this to everybody in my class. Now, the beautiful thing about this program is this book is at 3 different multi-reading levels. Not 3, there's a variety of reading levels. So I assigned this book to everybody, but at their reading level. So it's not hopefully going to be too difficult for anybody. If it is too difficult to read, select the option where you listen to it instead. Okay? So today we're going to be using some of our tools again. So on my screen, my tools are along the side, but on your screen, I believe they're at the top. Yeah, and they're in, a lot of them are in the painter's like cup with the paint, like the jar with the paintbrush. Okay, so that's where you're going to use your tools. Today, this is your instructions, okay? We're going to be looking for information that is important, and we're going to be using the stamper tool with the, so I'm gonna go to my stamper tool right here. And I'm going to use the star, and I want you to use the star as well. And I want you to star important information, like information you read and you think, well, this is important, okay? And I want you to highlight anything that you don't understand. So we're going to be using our highlighting tool and our star tool, okay? And then we're also going to be using where you write notes to say what you don't understand. Okay, so we'll go through the first couple of pages together so we understand why the leaves change color. So, table of contents. We went over this yesterday, but what is a table of contents? What is it? Yes?
The table of contents is like, so if you just want to read one part of the book, you
Yes.
don't have to go through every page.
Okay, so she said if you just want to read one part of the book, you just look that up. Say you just want to read about the winter and the spring. You don't have to start at page 1 and go all the way through. You can flip to your table of contents, winter and spring, and start at page 15. Okay, where do we usually see table of contents? Yes? At the start of the book, yes. Okay, what kinds of books have table of contents? Non-fiction, and I say non-fiction means not false. They are true books. So usually in non-fiction books, there's a table of content, and you don't need to read non-fiction books in order. You could just skip to any section. So that's the fun part about non-fiction books. But we are going to start at the beginning today. All right. So many colors. One of nature's most beautiful sights is a forest full of bright fall colors. Imagine making art with all of those colors of paint. So there's not really any new information here, and I think we can understand this page, so we're not going to highlight anything. It's just sort of the introduction. Leaves in their fall colors are beautiful. Did you ever wonder why a tree's leaves change color? To answer this question, you need to understand the important job that leaves do. So, deciduous tree in the summer, it's always important to read the text boxes too, because this gives information. Non-fiction books give information many ways. Sometimes there's diagrams, sometimes there's labeled pictures, sometimes it's little text boxes like this. Evergreen tree in the summer, deciduous tree in winter, evergreen tree in winter. Not all trees lose their leaves in falls. Deciduous trees lose their leaves once a year. Evergreen trees lose and grow their leaves throughout the year. This book is about deciduous trees. So we just learned about deciduous and coniferous trees, so probably new information there. Making food. Leaves make food so the tree can grow and have energy. This process is called photosynthesis. Leaves need 4 things to do their job. Number 1, leaves need water, which they get from the tree through their stems. How leaves get water. So another feature of nonfiction, the diagram, okay? Water travels through the branches to the leaves. Water travels up the trunk, water is absorbed by the roots. Okay, so is there any new or important information here, or anything we don't understand? Yes.
Water is absorbed by roots.
Pardon me?
Water is absorbed by roots.
Okay, that's important information. I think it's really important information. So we're going to use our stamper tool, and we can put the stamp right there to show it's important. Okay.
I don't want to see the picture.
Because you have a different level, so different level books may not exactly have this one. Okay, is there anything we don't understand here that we might highlight? Yes?
I don't have the star thing.
You don't have the stamper tool? Did you go to the jar with the paintbrush at the top?
You do. You go in the jar.
Yeah, go into the jar. At the top it's purple, and your stamper tool should actually have a picture of a stamp, like this kind of stamp. So it looks different from the teacher screen. So that's where your stamper tool is. Okay, some of us might not understand what photosynthesis is. So I'm going to go to my highlighter tool, and I'm going to use yellow. You can use whatever color you want. And I might highlight photosynthesis. And then I'm going to use my text box tool, which has a T. And I'm going to say, what is photosynthesis? Question mark. Okay. Might drag this so the word is bigger. Now, the cool thing about this program is, let me get out of this screen. Okay. Okay, number 2. Leaves also need a gas called carbon dioxide. They take in carbon dioxide from the air around them. Number 3, all plants use a chemical called chlorophyll for photosynthesis. Chlorophyll gives leaves their green color. Many parts of green plants have some chlorophyll in them. Leaves have the most chlorophyll of all the parts. Okay, any important information here that we can use our stamper tool on? What's important in this page? Yes? Yeah, that's very important. So all plants use a chemical called chlorophyll. Very important. So you're going to go to your paintbrush jar at the top. You're going to look for that stamper tool. So that's important. Anything else that's really important here for us to understand? What's important about this process? Well, I think it's important that they need a gas called carbon dioxide. Okay, so I'm going to stamp that. Do we have anything that maybe we don't quite understand and we might ask a question about? You don't have to stamp the same place as me. You stamp the parts that you think are important. So maybe we don't understand how they take in carbon dioxide from the air. Or maybe we don't understand what chlorophyll is. So you highlight whatever part that you need to understand a little bit more. So I might use purple. They take in carbon dioxide from the air around them. Then I'm going to use my text box, and I'm going to ask a question, and I'm going to say, how do leaves take in carbon dioxide? Like, do they breathe them in like people? How do they do this, okay? So you're going to continue to read your books and use your stamper tool to stamp important information, and use your highlighter tool to highlight parts you don't quite understand, and use your text tool to write questions or observations. Okay, away you go.